Social and environmental justice for a sustainable world. What is it all about? It's about creating modes of production and consumption that ensure a good balance between people and the environment, that guarantee a dignified life for all, but that do not use up all of our planet's natural resources. Why? Because the global system creates huge inequalities and destroys the environment. The most excluded are also the first victims of the global ecological crisis, and this is unacceptable for Emmaus. For example, only 1% of land is owned by women, 350 million women are illiterate, and education is still a privilege. In 2011, almost 60 million children were not in school. Today, just over a quarter of the global population has access to full social protection, in particular healthcare, unemployment benefits, a pension, and child support. Thus, this minority is protected. The right to food is crushed by the agro-industry. Industrial farming has a disastrous impact on the environment, with massive pollution, diseases, destruction of soils, insects and birds, and 1/4 of the global emissions of CO2. A third of the food produced by these big groups ends up in the bin. Our planet is directly threatened. At the current rate of use of fossil fuels, by the year 2100, temperatures will have risen by 2 to 4 degrees centigrade, wreaking havoc with the world's climate. The water level will have risen by 1 metre on average, flooding entire regions, and 2 out of 3 species of plants and animals will have died out. This model of production and consumption, created to serve the interests of the most wealthy, destroys our planet. Today, 0.7% of businesses control 80% of global wealth and can thus impose their wishes on both elected officials and the populations. What can the Emmaus groups do to fight against this situation? The Emmaus movement includes almost 350 groups from across the globe who work with the most excluded to help them regain their rights and who fight these challenges on the local level, leading initiatives in the following sectors: family agroecology, the recycling of waste and used goods, right and access to water and sanitation, protecting and raising awareness about the environment, fighting discrimination and violence committed against women, integration thanks to work, popular education and access to education for all, access to healthcare, right and access to housing, and fighting against excessive debt. It is this commitment, this experience, which encourages us to think about the global picture, looking beyond our local alternatives to see how we can find a long-term solution to crush the systemic causes of poverty. This is why the Emmaus movement fights for building and protecting a sustainable world that guarantees economic and social rights for all, but that doesn't take more from nature than nature can produce. Democratizing the public decision-making systems so that the most excluded are placed at the center of solutions and policies. Food sovereignty and agroecology, which respect the right to healthy and sustainable food.